everyone. Thanks so much for coming back to the show. Dana Ward with Joslyn Davis here
hey guys.
In the studio for Clever TV. We're happy to have our girl from ClevverMusic here. It's Bridget Daly.
Thanks for having me back, y'all.
Of course.
Anytime, and especially for such a big occasion like this.
Absolutely.
Demi Lovato launched her brand new album, Unbroken, September 20th.
Probably one of the most highly anticipated albums I think we've ever covered.
We've been counting down.
Yeah, big
this
time.
debut a long time.
And I think she delivered.
Definitely, and especially since you're more in the general music world, like we tend to cover, you know, younger Hollywood type people, but you're covering it all. So where does Demi fall on your radar overall for this release?
Well, I have to say that she's definitely crossed over. You know, when Skyscraper came out, we all kind of knew that this was coming next, that the album was definitely going to be a huge thing. And I just think the way that the industry has responded has shown people that she's ready to kind of go to that next level.
Yeah.
Not that she's like leaving her Disney roots behind by any means. I think she's taking those fans with her. I think that's what's really important when you're a pop artist is to when you're young, to be able to cross over but not lose the fans. Like you want to keep those fans and then just gain new ones. And so now she has all these like 30-something people that are singing her songs along with the tween set and then all the people in between.
Most
so
definitely.
I think that she's really killed it on this album. And the collaborations, I know we'll get to it, but those are my favorite.
Yeah, let's talk about those. What stood out to you?
Well, the first one is All Night Long.
I loved that song
I
too.
love it.
That's one of my faves.
Well, what's so interesting about it is that she got such big industry vets. Missy Elliott and Timbaland are both on this song.
Amazing.
And you can tell right off the bat that she really holds her own. She comes right out of the gate. She sings, the first verse, and she gets the song started, and then you hear Missy and Timbaland later. And I just think it's like it's a testament to how good she is if she can hold her own next to these two. Like I said, they're industry vets, and they were willing to go on this solo project with her. So
right, that says a lot. If people like them are willing to work with, someone who is making that crossover, they could probably work with whoever they want to. So they can pick and choose, and they obviously chose her. So it's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Plus it's a dance song.
What else in the collab world for Demi?
Well,
what else stood out for you?
I really liked You're My Only Shorty with Ayaz.
Cute.
I just really liked the song. I thought it was really catchy. You also got to hear Demi's voice in a higher register on this song, and I really thought it was beautiful. She has a great range, and
she does.
I think this song really showcases her range.
Definitely. Now, one that I really liked, I would love to hear what you guys thought of it together. I liked how the lyrics were all about remembering like unity and love and like almost going back to like your roots and like this is how life is supposed to be.
Right,
like,
happiness.
Let's be positive, people.
Yeah.
I know this is gonna sound really silly. This is a collaboration with Jason Derulo, this song. But I felt something very like heal the world about it. Like it was an empowering song where I could imagine people like with their arms around each other swaying from side to side.
Holding hands, like it says in the song.
Exactly.
And this is what I would categorize as an anthem. Every album, strives to have an anthem on it, and this is definitely it for me. I mean, you can't go wrong with Jason Derulo. His voice is like butter, and the two of their voices really meshed together. I have to say, they weren't overpowering each other. I thought it was a perfect balance, and I really just loved the message, like you guys said.
Lots of more collabos. Actually, there's 4 total. Were you pleased with all of them, or was there any that you kind of weren't a huge fan of? Or?
On a whole, I would say that these 3 I really liked. I would give a thumbs up to. The one that I'm kind of on the fence, maybe will like if I listen to it a few more times, was the one that she sang with Dev.
Oh, okay.
And I love Dev. I think she's very talented. Demi and Dev, maybe they just don't quite mesh together.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. I didn't love it, but it just wasn't as catchy as the rest of it.
And that's the track, Who's That Boy?
Exactly.
Yes.
And those are only a few of the songs on this rundown. What stood out to you, Dana?
Well, I still love Skyscraper. I mean, that's a song that kind of got us all really excited for this Unbroken album, and I still love it. I still listen to it on repeat, intermixed with some of my other favorites. Unbroken, great song. And Demi actually spoke out that that's her favorite song on the album. That's what I read her quoted as saying.
I was
I
actually
think it's
kind
like
of
very meaningful.
Definitely, definitely.
I don't know about you guys, but I was actually kind of surprised that it was such an upbeat song. For some reason, I thought it would be more of a ballad, but when I heard it, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is upbeat, and I like it. Very surprising.
Well, probably because she had Skyscraper that came out, and you can't make every song kind of that down,
Exactly.
lower,
Lower
somber.
tempo,
As
yeah.
much as artists, and I've talked to a lot of artists who say those are their favorite songs usually on the albums, but when
Is it
you're
because
selling,
they're so meaningful?
I think so, and just because they're able to spend a little time with it, and it's just different from what you hear on the radio. But when you're selling an album as a whole, you want to have that balance of like upbeat, downbeat, mid-tempo kind of, roller coaster.
a little something for everyone.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, there was a little something for everyone. There were some very powerful, serious songs that you could tell, like they were haunting almost.
Yeah.
Like her voice. I know one that really stood out to me, and I have some notes, some lyric notes here, was Mistake, and she sings, now that I'm thinking sober, don't you try getting no closer. I'm just gonna get my car and drive, looking in the rear view mirror. Everything is so much clearer. Watch me wave it all goodbye, goodbye. That's a really open song. for her.
Definitely. And I like how artists these days are kind of taking those risks and being honest, and things aren't really masked with like, I wonder who she's talking about. You know exactly what she's talking about with this, especially with saying she's sober now. You know what I mean? So I really like that, and I think that people can appreciate that.
Me too.
I almost feel like she might start this trend of now where other artists are going to just be completely open about what's going on in their lives.
Why not?
And I think that's great because then people really can identify with what they're saying. Of course, we're already identifying with the lyrics and the meanings, but if you know the story, then you get it.
And she's been so well received already that I think it's really like a safe haven for people as well as fellow artists to feel like, hey, if she can do this and be well received and people respect her and enjoy her music and buy it, then why not? I'm gonna do it too. I think it's a great idea.
Definitely.
Totally.
I'm on board.
All right, so if you guys had to pick your favorite song, what do you think it would be? It's
Oh.
so hard to pick one. I'm like, which one do I pick?
I'm saying Together with Jason Derulo. It's my favorite song. I love the message, and I think it's happy and upbeat, and I think it's the new side of Demi that we're all really excited about.
What about you?
Okay, this is impossible. I have
know.
so many songs listed here.
I know, I'm like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Well, I love Fix a Heart because I just love the line, I just ran out of Band-Aids and I don't know where to start. I think that part of the song is so catchy. But because I'm just loving this new side of Demi as an artist. She used to be more of like a rocker, still a really great, strong voice, but she had that rocker edge. And now I feel like we're hearing the side of her voice that we have never heard before. And this girl has an amazing, incredible voice. And the song that just really touched me was Love of a Daughter, which is, we're guessing, directed at her own biological father, which was just so, again, haunting. Like you can like really feel it touch you, and you hear her voice, and there's no way that someone can listen to that song and not be moved.
Right,
So,
exactly.
thumbs up, Demi. Loved it. Yeah.
And I love that you touched upon Fix a Heart. Great song. We got a little bit of a preview before the album came out. Love it. At this moment, that's what I'm going to go ahead and pick.
Cool.
So awesome.
it.
We all have different songs. Isn't that interesting? I like it.
There is something for everybody on this
There
album.
really, really is. Thanks to you guys so much for checking out Clever TV. Make sure you stay posted here to Clever TV and also ClevverMusic to get all of the details on Demi Lovato's music and all of your favorite musicians out there. I'm Dana Ward with Joslyn Davis and Bridget Daly, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
See ya.